Cinemark is thrilled to safely welcome moviegoers back to that immersive cinematic experience we've all been craving. And as the health and safety of Cinemark's employees, guests, and communities is a top priority, we have taken great care in outlining enhanced and stringent clean and safety protocols, which we have named the Cinemark Standard. Just to highlight a few, we are staggering showtimes and limiting capacities to ensure physical distancing throughout the theater. We've also instituted a seat buffering technology, which automatically blocks seats adjacent to your party when booking your tickets to ensure physical distancing within the auditorium as well. Face masks are required of all employees and guests. We are disinfecting the auditorium before every showtime, and we are also sanitizing all hard surfaces every 30 minutes. And to ensure the highest level of the Cinemark Standard is adhered to, we are assigning a chief clean and safety monitor during each theater shift. And for any guest looking for a more personalized experience, we are thrilled to offer a private watch party, which enables guests to have a private dedicated auditorium with up to 20 guests starting at $99.
So Chanda, one of the big aspects of the movie-going experience is obviously the movie part.
Yeah.
So, in that regard, I kept hearing that, there's nothing in the theaters, there's movie setbacks and all that kind of stuff. So if I'm heading to the movie theater, what exactly am I going to watch? I just can't watch Tenet every single week.
That's exactly right. We have some really great content, though, and content that's actually new to the Sacramento market. Films like Unhinged, The New Mutants, Broken Hearts Gallery, The Personal History of David Copperfield. This upcoming weekend, we have our first family-friendly film. It's a film called War with Grandpa, and it looks absolutely hilarious. We've already booked our tickets to be able to go and see it. It stars Robert De Niro, Jane Seymour, Uma Thurman. It looks fantastic. We're really excited about that. And later in the year, we've got other films like, Wonder Woman, Dune, James Bond Returns, and No Time to Die. Some really exciting films upcoming. Check Cinemark.com for full details.
So the other part of this is in California, that yes, Cinemarks can reopen, but it's with a caveat. My understanding is that it is 25% or 100 in terms of the maximum people you can have inside.
That's right.
Could you walk me through what exactly is that supposed to look like? Because a Cinemark is a big building. I'm not sure if that means 25% in one auditorium, or is that 25% in the whole building? Can you walk me through?
It's 25% per auditorium. And so if it was an auditorium with 100 seats, it now can only book 25 seats. And again, we've got that seat buffering technology, which automatically blocks seats adjacent to your party when booking your tickets. And so whether you're booking on Cinemark.com, the mobile app, the box office, or the kiosk, it's going to automatically block those seats. So if you're coming with, say, a party of 4, it's automatically going to block the seats to your left and to your right. And depending on the auditorium, it may also be every other row that it's booking to ensure that physical distancing is achieved. And again, we are staggering show times and limiting capacities throughout the theater to ensure physical distancing as well.
So this must be a challenge for you guys in more ways than one. I know the mechanical part of it is getting people trained and making sure these guidelines are adhered to. But I think, when you head to the movie theaters, you want to have fun. And when you see everyone in a face mask, when you see some empty spaces and, wide auditoriums, do you feel like that's going to be different for the movie-going experience? How exactly are you going to keep going to the movies a fun experience?
I would say a couple of things to that. First and foremost, we have been operating for 3.5 months at Cinemark. We had a very intentional phased rollout, and we also had a test and learn phase. While we were confident in the clean and safety protocols we had instituted, we wanted an opportunity to test the communication, the training, and the implementation of those protocols. So again, it's been a very slow rollout. And currently about 80% of our circuit is operating, and we have consistently received a 97% guest satisfaction score in terms of our clean and safety protocols protecting our guests. So we've been really pleased with the results to date. And in terms of, the overall experience, there are fewer people in the auditoriums. There are fewer people throughout the theater. But I also think that that helps make people feel a little bit safer in the current environment. We're proving that we can operate safely with less people. And, I think that people have become very accustomed to it. The plexiglass, the social distancing, the face masks, everywhere you go, that's just part of our day-to-day lives in the current environment. But I would say that when you go to the theater and when you get in the auditorium, the only thing that really feels different is there is less people. And to some extent, that's kind of a nice experience. That's an experience that we would have never had an opportunity to have before. So I kind of find the positive in that. And again, those private watch parties, being able to rent out your own private auditorium for $99 with your trusted group and to maintain your social bubble, it also feels a little bit like a celebrity experience. Again, something that would have cost you much, much more leading into COVID. It gives you an opportunity to host a private party, which is a really fun experience. I've done both. I've gone to a traditional showing and I've also done the private watch party, and both were phenomenal. The other thing that I would say is when you get on the auditorium and the lights go down and the film comes on screen, it just takes your breath away. You really realize what you've been missing and what you somewhat took for granted leading into COVID. I mean, nothing is like the sight and the sound technology and just how it immerses you in the on-screen action. For me, my favorite part is the lack of distractions. There's not a doorbell ringing, the dog's not barking, my kids aren't asking for anything. We're all just truly engrossed in the on-screen action. And I don't have the guilt of checking email and social media and, folding laundry. All of that is taken away. I'm just, again, truly immersed in that feeling of escape from reality just for a couple of hours. And I think an escape that we all really crave in the current environment.
A quick clarifying question for you. Are all my bells and whistles still going to be at the Cinemark? I know some of them have an arcade, and some of them, the food courts, all that kind of stuff. Is the Cinemark essentially shy of the social distancing and 25%? Is it still going to be the same Cinemark I left behind back in March?
It is a little bit different. So from a food standpoint, we are really restricting it to that movie theater, your favorite popcorn, soda, candy, and hot dogs for the most part. Every location is a little bit nuanced and a little bit different. I do believe at this point in time, all of the arcades are closed for safety. I would have to triple check. I might get with Caitlin just to re-verify that, but I believe all of the arcades are closed. And we're just really focused on the theatrical movie-going experience at this point in time.
And onto that, the other part of the movie-going experience is getting there to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Not every single Cinemark in the Sacramento area is reopening right now, and I can understand that being a question. Like, I love going down to Arden, I love going down to Doco. It's my favorite theater. It has my favorite eatery right next to it. Is there any specific reason we're seeing some open and others staying closed for right now?
I believe it's more on a jurisdiction by jurisdiction basis, and we're having to work with every individual mayor, every local health county authority. And so it really is just, we're opening everything that we're able to. And I know that concessions is a significant part of that. I mean, we believe that, the food and beverage, that movie theater popcorn, from our social media listening, everything that our guests are telling us in the consumer research, the popcorn is very much part of that movie going experience. And so until we're able to offer the full movie going experience, we may determine to stay closed in some select locations.
And just, I guess the last question for you here is, what do you say to the future Cinemark guests that you're going to be having once you guys open up? Anything you want to say to them as they face the brave new world of moviegoing right now?
Again, Cinemark is thrilled to safely welcome moviegoers back to that immersive cinematic experience we've all been craving. And Cinemark has been doing this for 3.5 months and being able to prove that we have done it safely. And again, that 97% guest satisfaction scoring from the people that have already visited our guests is really a testament to how we've been able to execute the Cinemark standard and all of the enhanced clean and safety protocols.
All right, Chanda, that pretty much wraps it up for me and all my questions. But I want to throw it back to you in case there was anything else you felt a need to mention, anything else we didn't talk about that was important. Please feel free to do so.
The only thing that we didn't talk about, we talked about the new content, but of course we have the comeback classics as well. Some of that library repertory film, the nostalgia from over the years. We're really excited to bring some of those back and give people an opportunity to see them in the theater that maybe didn't get to see it initially, or to get to see it again in a completely different environment. films like Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, The Goonies, just to highlight a few. And the best part of those comeback classics is the welcome back pricing. $5 for adults and $3 for children and seniors. And of course, we have highly discounted welcome back pricing and all of your favorite movie-going snacks as well. That movie theater popcorn, soda, and candy.